Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be taking off the Rotrex C30-94 Supercharger unit from the FRS. As you guys saw last week, we replaced one of the supercharger pulleys in hopes that it would fix the grinding noise that we were hearing. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case and the issue continues to persist. So what we're going to attempt to do today is we're going to take the supercharger out, we're going to attempt to crack it open and dissect it to see what the issue is. Keep in mind, Rotrex does not suggest this at all or recommend it to any of us with the kit, but you know, I'm kind of at a bind. Superchargerrebuilds.com quoted me $75 to ship my unit in, and if it's rebuildable, they will charge me another $675 to fix whatever issue is at hand. So I'm currently at a bind. I think I'd rather take the risk and dissect it ourselves and see if that'll benefit any of you guys who have much more experience in building or rebuilding supercharger kits. I hope that this is very educational for the community, and you know that this doesn't really go to vain, because that would really suck. But anyways guys, let's get this supercharger off and let's see what's wrong with it. Fully go through, you think?
So you get a lot of...
Yeah. So it's not a lubrication issue then.
No.
So what we did is we turned the car on for a few seconds and we wanted to see if fluid was making its way into the supercharger unit, and as you could see, it is. So it's not a lubrication issue, which is good. That means nothing's clogged up, and that's not the reason why this unit failed. So we're just going to go ahead and keep testing. So after taking off all the tubing, we discovered this. There's a lot of play. That was my worst fear. I've seen other videos of other Rotrex units making this sound, and indeed it is the supercharger, so dang, that's unfortunate. But there doesn't seem to be that much wear or any damage on the impeller. But we're gonna try to open this thing up, see if we can see anything else, and give you guys a better look of what's the issue here. And there we go. Nice. Damn, well, that was easy.
Oh, it's busted.
It's broken, huh?
The shaft broke.
Dang. So we made another important discovery, taking the housing off. We noticed that the input shaft actually snapped. So this was connected right here, and this is all supposed to be one thing, but obviously not. So as you can see, how I was saying earlier, when you spin the back, it rotates the opposite direction because of the planetary gears that it has within it. Let's see. You can tell right there a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can take this apart and hopefully order the parts soon and see if we can fix this ourselves. This is gonna suck.
Make sure they're on there good.
But I don't think the housing's gonna come off anyways.
Yeah, that's true. Those 3 screws over there, that one that's holding. It'd be nice if you could just buy the shaft.
You can.
You can?
Yeah, you can just buy it. So, how do you plan on loosening this?
You have to,
Bang it up, huh?
you have to bang it like it.
Try it. I don't think that's working.
Is there any more screws? That's good.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh.
Oh, the liquid's starting to come out.
Stinky liquid. Look at this screw.
We have to get it from the bottom. It's spinning a lot more now.
Still turning?
That's crazy. What are you doing? So this bearing's pretty much screwed, huh?
Yeah.
Damn. We can replace that, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll pull that out though.
Hey guys, we are going to cut it short. I'm sorry, I know you guys wanted to see more, but we're gonna have to cut it short because we're running out of time. Anyways, I wanted to talk about our findings today. We found 2 main issues. You know, we thought the first issue we were gonna run into was lubrication. We assumed that the unit was being starved of traction fluid, but it wasn't. You know, we turned it on for a minute and then we pulled off the tubing and we saw lubrication, so it wasn't that. The supercharger did not fail because it was starved. Immediately when we cracked it, the first half open, we saw that the impeller was literally snapped off of the input shaft. I had an Instagrammer on my Instagram tell me, was it cavitation? I had to Google it, and sure enough, like it's very plausible that because of cavitation or cavite or whatever cavity, we're talking about air as a fluid, and under immense rapid changes of force, the impeller, it just gets worn down extremely quickly and it just can no longer handle that kind of load and breaks. You know, that's very plausible. The second issue we noticed immediately after dissecting furthermore, we ran into the bearing, one of the bearings on the input shaft. It was not sealed. The seal is completely disintegrated. there was rust in there, and it was just ugly. It was an ugly looking bearing. You can tell that it was just shot and not usable. It needs to be switched out. So there's that. I feel like Rotrex purposely designs them this way, so that way they can continue having a market. You know, people break these things unintentionally, even though they take care of them very well. They have to send them in, get them, you know, looked at, and Rotrex then sells you a new unit at a discounted price. You know, it's unfair to the consumer. You know, it's very disappointing, but hey, I guess that's how it works, right? I bought this kit brand new from a guy who knocked up his wife. Unfortunately, he couldn't, you know, afford to have this supercharger anymore, so he let it go to me for an extremely good price. Everything was still in its original packing. Nothing was opened. Everything was there, even the fresh instructions. Everything was immaculate. He also threw in the Radium Engineering catch can. You know, it was just a killer deal. I couldn't pass it up. Even though this is a terrible situation, I am extremely happy because now I get to rethink where I want this build to go. I get to re-envision and take that step again, and most importantly, you know, record it and show you guys. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are kicking ass in life, and always remember to stay blessed. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
This is a Chucky Beat production.